Okay, yet again, another officiant who could not move out of the way, and the worst placed microphone in the history of weddings. And for me to get this shot straight on of him putting on the ring, that is the only way that it framed. And I think the officiant had just moved the microphone out of the way, obviously didn't move it out of the way enough. Now, if I just hit the select tool, it actually selects the officiant and the couple. So I can't do that because this thinks that the microphone is part of her. So what I'm going to need to do is go over to the lasso tool. I'm going to use the magnetic lasso, and I'm going to just painstakingly crop him out. And oops, see, I even thought the book was part of our groom's outfit. Yes, our groom was really into Game of Thrones and had a very, very ornate outfit, which, you know what, I can kind of appreciate. Okay, so we're going to go through this officiant book. I mean, when they're right behind faces, it's pretty hard because then we're going to deal with making sure the groom's face and the bride's face don't have little pieces of microphone or little pieces of officiant in them. So, are you ready to watch some really, really amazing tools happen? Now, I need to get his jacket underneath the groom's outfit. I mean, let's just see if we could have placed him in any worse spot. Again, officiants, you don't know how much pain and sorrow you cause each of us wedding photographers on the day of the wedding. And sound guys, why? Why the microphone in the face? Anyway, all right. So let's generate and see what magic the Photoshop beta gods want to give us today. Now, again, the recording of this, I am using the beta, but by the time you watch this, it could very well be in regular Photoshop without any. Okay, so I'm seeing the fill. It looks like there's now a feather or something coming out of the groom's hand. Let's see. And it's trying to fill in his sleeves to be extra, have a few extra ruffles. Let me generate one more time because those floating flowers behind. Okay, this one probably looks like the best except for the branch coming out of his hand. I don't know why they think there's a branch there. I think it's reading, let's see, I think it's reading the edge of the officiant's book and thinking that it's something important that should be there. Yeah, it's just reading the very edge of his book, as you can see. But it got rid of the microphone. It filled in flowers underneath. So I like this one the best, which means we're just going to need to go in and clean this up because what's happening is it's messing with the groom's face. So if you just, I'm going to make my brush a lot smaller because I'm about to do delicate work. We think that doctors do the most delicate work, but no, it is wedding photographers. So you can see where his lips actually are when I subtract from the mask. And now I'm going to add back to the mask, but very gently and very easily here. Okay, that looks good. I left a red spot in there now that I see that I'm not going to get rid of on this video because I'm doing the voiceover after, but I'll go in and get rid of that. Okay, and then I want to make sure, so I'm subtracting from the mask again because I want to make sure that I have the edges of his ruffled sleeves right. And then I'm going to subtract around because see how it messed up her chin? Yeah, she has such a beautiful chin. And we just want to make sure it's very true to her. So I'm going to subtract from the mask again. Okay, here we go. That's what her chin looks like. And what I'm going to do now that I've done the bigger pieces is I'm going to merge these layers so that I can go in and do a bit more delicate work closer up by his ruffles and by her chin. So let's merge the layers. Okay, now to do this closer up work, I'm going to need to make my brush a lot smaller. And then I'm at 100% opacity, but I'm going to take it down to like 50 because we need this to be really, really subtle. So let's take it down, go really subtly, and let's be so gentle. Okay, chin, you've got this. Let's even soften the brush a lot more. And why I like to soften the brush is like it just goes soft. And because we're working with profiles, we need to go really soft. And you can just go over it a couple of times. I know this isn't perfect because I'm voiceovering and doing this at the same time. And I'll probably go in and finesse it a little bit more, but I want you to just see sort of what I did. Okay. So it's looking way better. I need to still clean up just a couple of spots by this plant to blend it all in, because remember, this was where the microphone was. So we have generative filled where that microphone was. And then I will go in and remove that red dot, but let's just see. We need to just touch up by his lip and just make sure. Ooh, 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 ooh. Again, they say photography is not like doing brain surgery, but I kind of disagree. And then, okay, now I need to remember that we have we've got this branch that just decided to grow out of his arm. Let's make sure to get rid of that. I'm just going to go back to 100% opacity, get the brush a little harsher, and just clone stamp this baby out of the way. Nothing more satisfying than a good clone stamp action. All right, boys and girls, surgery is over for the day. We have done our duty. We have saved another wedding. We have gotten rid of another officiant who ruined the money shot. And I think my couple will be very happy with this. The end.